Hi everyone, welcome to Hartford Buzz. I'm your host, Amanda Simmons, and today I'm sitting with Bethann Kuchar. Bethann, thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Well, thank you for having us. I'm so glad you stopped by the cider mill this weekend.
Of course. And would you kind of just be able to tell us a little background about the cider mill and how it all got started?
Well, our farm started in about 1926. My grandfather came up from Pennsylvania to do a job with the state. And then my father has continued the farm. We started with 20 acres, and we're about at 100 acres of cropland now. So in the 1990s, the town bought the old cider mill for open space. And it had been a mainstay of Glastonbury since about 1850. That is when the first documentation of when cider was made there is noted in the Historical Society. And the cider mill is a very special place because it was only owned by families. I think 3 or 4 families owned it. They lived on the property. It was very familiar, very family-oriented. And it has such a great history that grandparents come up to us and say, we're bringing our grandkids now, and my grandparents brought us here. So we are just so proud to be part of that history and part of all that knowledge and part of Glastonbury.
Right, and that's so special. And as the owner of Riverview Farms, do you, throughout the year, really set yourself up for this event and for this weekend?
Well, we do a little bit, but our mainstay is Connecticut broadleaf tobacco, and it's a gourmet crop in this area from Holyoke down to Portland. It's a very special ecosystem and kind of a microclimate that grows this very special sweet tobacco, and it really is sold as a gourmet crop. If it's in a cigar, it is noted on the label no matter what, and that is what sells the cigar. So my grandfather started raising just a little bit, maybe 4 acres, and then my father started, and we are at 37 acres now. But when I was in high school, we were at 60 acres. So it keeps the farm going, and then in the fall, this is the fun stuff.
Right.
We have an apple orchard. We grow our own pumpkins. I plant them all, and it's so much fun to watch them growing and see what's coming up, and to offer all that to Glastonbury.
Right, and it's so special. And would you be able to tell us a little bit about what you brought here? Because you're mentioning the pumpkins, and you brought in some pumpkins today, but you guys really have a variety of things.
We really do, and we really try and make it fun. We want it to be family-oriented. We want families to come out and enjoy being out with their families. There's just not enough of it lately. Everything is so controlled and inside and school and even some sports that we want people to come out, enjoy the farm, enjoy the smells, enjoy touching. One of our biggest draws is our petting zoo.
Yes.
And I've always loved animals, so it's my most fun part of the year too. We have alpacas, and we have 2 baby cows this year, which have just been weaned, and that's kind of special because we don't always have them. And one of the things we do is allow people to hold baby chicks. Very few people are able to touch an animal anymore. Everything is so far away and only on big farms. We want kids to be able to come in and touch the wool of a sheep, feel a funny nose on an alpaca. We have ducks that swim. We have roosters that crow. And it's just so much fun to go in the petting zoo and just sit and watch people and watch how excited not only the kids, but how excited the adults get.
Right, and it's really special. You mentioned the kids. I know they must be really excited to get in there and it's a little bit, how you have it set up is almost a little bit of a path. They have an adventure to go through, to see each animal, which is really cool.
Definitely.
And with the petting zoo, you have this super exciting event, but you also have these tractors that kids can play with. And how did you kind of think about bringing those?
Well, my dad is really just a big kid. And he wants it to be fun. He loved sitting on tractors. All of us love sitting on tractors. It's how we learned to drive as kids. Dad would put us on a tractor, set us out in the field, and that's how we got going and got how to figure it all out. It's also the reason Dad ended up pressing cider. The cider mill is known as the oldest continuously running cider mill in the United States. That can be debated by a couple other places in New England, but the town, when they bought it, no one knew how to press cider. No one in the town wanted to take that on. So they asked all the farmers. Everyone said no, except for my dad, who's always up for a challenge. So we press our own cider here. We have our own mix. It's absolutely delicious, and it's just juice.
Right, and I was going to ask you about that. You guys really make it from scratch. And how much time really goes into making cider?
Well, it takes 2 days. It takes a day to press it. The press makes everything mush, and then the mush gets put in the press. Then the press presses it, and it takes about 36 apples to make a gallon. So we do 70 to 75 crates to make about 100 gallons every week.
And you use your own apples.
We use our own apples, which we love.
That's very nice. Everything's very authentic, very made of your own. And can you tell us a little bit about some of the other things that you have? Because I know inside of the Old Cider Mill building, you have a range of different products. And I see here you've brought fudge and you brought some other things I don't know too much about. But what else do you guys kind of have?
Well, we try and offer things that maybe aren't in season, but also things that, like the apples that are just in season. You cannot beat a freshly picked apple. There are good apples that come out of Washington State, but they're not picked ripe because they ripen along the trip. If you didn't pick them a little unripe, they'd almost be rotten by the time they got here. But I have a friend who absolutely loves fresh local McIntosh, and McIntosh isn't my favorite apple, but she swears the local fresh picked McIntosh is not to be beat. But we are known for these two apples, and one is the Honeycrisp. It sells out every year. It came out in 1983 by one of the universities. It is tender and crisp and juicy where it will run down your chin. And we sneak some in our cider too for that.
Right, I was going to ask, which apple do you really use to make the cider?
A lot of Golden Delicious, which a lot of people don't eat Golden Delicious now, but we have heritage trees that were planted in the late 1920s. And it was before they did any genetic modification or made everything pretty. Like in the 50s, everybody wanted everything shiny and waxed and perfect. And these apples have like a funny little freckle on them. I am telling you, it is so juicy and fabulous here with these local trees we have. But we can't tell you the mix, but we use Golden Delicious, Red Delicious, McIntosh, and Honeycrisp.
Amazing. And when I came, there was a parade happening, and there were soldiers, and I was just wondering, do you rent out the Old Cider Mill every year during the time of this march?
The march is relatively new, maybe 5 years. The local Marine Corps group does it every year. It's I can't remember how many miles it is now. I want to say 13, but it's a march to memorialize and remember our troops and the men we have lost. I was actually a military wife for 20 years, and it's very near and dear to my heart, and I love these guys, and always brings a tear to my eye when they come by, because they're the young guys who are protecting us.
They are, and it really was a sight to see. There were so many of them together, and I think you mentioned that they have a brunch afterwards. That's really sweet for them to all get together like that.
Yes. When they pass us, they only have another 2.5 miles to go. So they've worked up an appetite. And the local volunteers come set up a big meal, hamburgers, hot dogs, barbecue, and the guys get to mingle and have some special time together.
Well, that's really awesome. before we wrap things up, I think I'm going to try your apple cider here, and because I just have to, let's see.
It's a very special and a seasonal
That's
drink.
Amazing.
And we
Absolutely.
have people who come when we're setting up, and do you have cider yet? Do you have cider yet? And it's part of the fall, and it's also what the cider mill is all about.
Right. This is just so good. And also, I just want to ask you, the apple fritters, they are a huge hit. They're why me and my whole family come. Can you tell us about when they're available and when people can get them?
The apple fritters are mostly just on the weekends, though we're open on Columbus Day, and our fritter man is making them hot and toasty and ready to eat on Columbus Day as well. So it's 9 to 6 Saturday and Sunday. It will be on some Fridays in October when we get busier. And then, of course, Columbus Day.
Awesome. Thank you.
Not to be missed.
No, not to be missed. Well, thank you so much, Beth Ann. I could sit here and talk to you forever, but thank you so much for coming. And after the break, we'll be discussing the Big E. Is it still popular, or is it losing its appeal?
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza. We have
Sometimes
this
her
video
mind
game.
wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say
The
something.
sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
When it comes to saving money,
What? Parents!
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting. This is so humiliating.
Be the boss
I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap. You were saying.
and make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates, our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can.
Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to the Hartford Buzz.
Welcome back, everyone. After sitting with Beth Ann, I'm even more excited to talk about our buzz topic today. But first, let me introduce my co-host, Jaslene.
Hi everyone, I'm Jaslene Roure, and Amanda, I'm right here with you. But before we jump into these comments to see everything the Big E is offering this year.
All right, Jaslene, let's take a look. For anyone who doesn't know, the Big E is the 4th largest fair in all of North America, and attendees have the option to spend hours on end there by trying new foods, playing festival games, going on rides, watching concerts, and so much more. This year, they have the Good Old Boys Kettle Corn in the Connecticut building selling kettle corn, fresh squeezed lemonade, and limeade. They also have the Big E Bakery coming back for another year with their cream puffs, but the flavor of the year this time is espresso. There's always so much you can find at the Big E. I know this year the Kid Leroy will be playing in just 2 days. There's definitely something for everyone, and for the most part, we've seen how popular it's grown to be, especially with the statistics from last year where they drew an all-time record of 1,633,935 fairgoers over its 17-day run. It's a lot of people.
We posted on our Instagram who's going to the Big E this year and what's your must-do or must-eat. Here's what our viewers had to say.
Ryan wrote, "The family donut is a must-eat." You know, I've never had the family donut.
No. I've never been, personally.
You've never been to the Big E?
But I'm curious if it's like a sugary donut or if it's like a Dunkin' donut, like frosted donut.
Right. Well, all the 1 million people that came last year, this year you need to make it, 1,000,007.
Yeah, that's about to be on my bucket list. I don't know. I mainly know the Big E because of food.
Right. No, most people. And like Luke, he commented the Maine baked potato. That's his must get. I've also never had the Maine baked potato.
See, now my question is it a loaded potato or is it just like a little salt?
I think it's loaded. I'm pretty sure. Have you ever seen the TikToks? People have they have the sour cream, the bacon, the everything.
Yeah. That's what.
It's everything.
Just making sure because I don't know. Taylor wrote, kettle corn is always a must.
Yeah, I agree there, but sometimes it gets in my teeth, and sometimes I'm not too much of a fan. Cotton candy, the maple cotton candy they have.
Ooh.
Chef's kiss. So
maple
good.
Cotton candy. I never heard of that. Okay. Let's see. We also have David also said the Maine potato is a must. So we got fan favorite.
Another person with the Maine potato. See, I guess we're gonna have to go and try it.
See, that's on the bucket list as well.
The bucket list, yes. And lastly, Caroline shared with us the lemonade is a must at the Big E. Well, I've also never had that. All of these things I've never had. I don't know how.
I'm gonna take their word for it.
Yeah. But it seems like all of our viewers have gone and they have an item that they like. So that's good, I think it's very popular. Where are you from?
I'm from Connecticut here.
Okay, but you've never been to the Big E?
Never been.
Have you heard of it before?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm curious. I don't know too much about it. I know probably I've heard there's rides and stuff, kind of like a big fair.
It's, the 4th biggest fair in all of North America. Oh. It's definitely massive, and people really go for the food. So I'm glad our viewers go and they're talking about the kettle corn, the lemonade. It's so funny because I've actually never had these things. I really go and I'll get they have in the different New England houses are all the specialties of that state. And so I always go and I get the clam chowder. Ooh. It's so good. So good. I can't recall on the top of my head what house it is. It's probably Maine.
Okay.
Maybe.
Right.
Or Rhode Island. But always the New England clam chowder, the cotton candy, and they have just fun things like tanghulu and chocolate covered.
Tanghulu?
Yeah, do you know tanghulu?
No.
It's just.
What's tanghulu?
It's just fruit that is covered and hardened with sugar.
Oh.
It's really good.
Oh.
I don't know how good it is for you, but it's really good. And the chocolate covered strawberries they have, also chef's kiss.
Oh, I need to go now.
What's your favorite fair food?
Let me think. From what I've gone, so we have local fairs, probably their loaded fries or their caramel apple. Now that.
Caramel apple's really good.
Nothing can go wrong with that.
We also did a poll on our Instagram just to gauge how the U-Heart community is feeling about the Big E. And with no surprise when we asked, is this Big E still popular? 86% of our viewers said yes, of course, while only 14% said no, not really. So some people not really too much into it, but people have different things. The weekend is busy, so sometimes they're not, but a large part of our community is. And that's a wrap on today's Buzz. Check our Instagram at Hartford_Buzz every Tuesday morning to get your comment viewed here on the show.
Coming up next, learn about a local farm that gives you the chance to challenge your direction skills in an annual corn maze.
Plus, there's a fair in town, and it's time to check out all of their enchanting spectacles.
And do we still have time to take out the chocolate, crackers, and marshmallows? Some students are ready to craft their s'more. All this and more after the break.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back to the Hartford Buzz.
Thanks for sticking around. Ooh. Coming up, learn about the campus events that keep the community together.
Officer of Marketing and Communication Sabrina Kreis explained what activities students may expect from these events and the impacts they wish to come with it.
So this campfire kickoff is a really great way for freshmen and even upperclassmen to hang out and get to know each other and just have a really fun time. Students can make s'mores, there are lawn games available, and just chatting and getting to know each other better.
Kreis highlighted why these events are celebrated at this point of the semester.
I think the weather outside creates a really great environment for the fire pit to be used, and again, just having an event where a lot of people can congregate and get to know each other this early in the semester is really nice.
Finally, Kreis underlined why these events are so important for community life and the reason why they should not be overlooked by students.
I just think that Res Life events are often overlooked, and they're a really nice way, especially as freshmen, to, congregate and enjoy each other's company and just get to know the people you're going to be going to school with for a very long time. So I think more people should come and enjoy the events that the Arias put on.
Students share with us their favorite techniques to make s'mores.
I just kind of roll it in the fire. Twist it a little.
Definitely have the marshmallow pretty crisp near the fire. Get the little cracker.
For the next s'mores campfire, be sure to check the Res Life Instagram page. This list is estupenda for STN Channel 2 News.
Hold on. Okay, wait. I think you're going.
More events like this should be happening all throughout the year. But one event you definitely don't want to miss is the upcoming internship and career fair. It's going to be held tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Sports Center Chase Family Arena. Make sure to bring your resume because you will have the chance to meet multiple companies and businesses, and more than 100 community partners will be in attendance, including employers from government, nonprofits, for-profits, and enterprises, along with alum, friends of the university, faculty and staff, and many more. Career and internship fairs occur throughout the year regularly, but this will be the largest one held. You also have the chance to get your headshot taken, so take advantage of the opportunity and get your free headshot tomorrow.
This week, I paid a visit to the Connecticut Renaissance Fair, where kings and queens danced the street and knights and jousted till dusk.
Array of performances and activities which you can find on ctfair.com/shows/ that's ctfaire.com/shows/.
So even like a family that's here just with their children, they were up there and just learning how the Vikings lived. It's kind of like an educational thing, but at the same time, you could throw a spear, talk to the Vikings up there, but it's like you walk into a Viking encampment, they're showing you how they lived back in the day and how things would be set up.
Have you been waiting to see a king and queen? Well, you for sure will get the chance once the royal parade commences.
A lot of the vendors will participate in it, and we line up right here where you're standing, right here, in the, around like 1:30, and we do a royal parade through. And believe it or not, it's a major attraction. Like everybody stops, everybody watches the parades, kids love the parade, and it's just, you know, mimicking the time. Flags are waving, signs are going, trumpets are blaring, and people love it. So we've kept it as an attraction. It's kind of like a staple thing we love to have.
What are some of the foods and drinks offered here at the Renaissance Fair that you think you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else?
Well, 100% the turkey legs, right? Those turkey legs. And you can get them at other festivals and fairs, but that's like a staple of the Renaissance Fair. You come here, you pay for the big craft, like turkey leg that's massive.
The Renaissance Fair aims to offer inexpensive food and long-lasting memories.
Cheeseburger and french fries are $5. You know, 2 hot dogs is $5. We've kept that price point low. We're not here to make a bunch of money off of food. We're here to give patrons an affordable experience.
With the Renaissance Fair celebrating their 26th anniversary, the owners have reflected on how far they've come and how strong the community is.
No matter how big we get, we'll never forget the people that got us here, and that's the vendors, the entertainers, people like yourselves doing interviews, and most importantly, our guests and our patrons that show up.
Like Todd said, if you come down to the Renaissance Fair in Lebanon, Connecticut, you can get yourself a turkey leg. You can also experience the medieval times. This has been Amanda Simmons reporting for STN Channel 2 News.
You have until October 19th to experience all the magic and wonder the fair has to offer. Get your tickets online at ctfair.com. And check out Chemistry Club. They are hosting their annual tie-dye event this Friday in the Jenger Student Union Room 331 from 1 to 3 p.m. Learn about the colorful chemistry behind dyes while making your very own one-of-a-kind piece. They provide gloves, dye, and rubber bands. You can tie-dye a lab coat, t-shirts, or socks. So check it out. Make sure to bring your creativity because Chemistry Club hopes to see you there.
This week, reporter Amanda Simmons went to the Foster Farm down in South Windsor, a local family-owned farm with attractions that will have you checking off everything on your fall bucket list.
The Fosters find joy in being able to share what they have with others.
We really enjoy having people come. We really like to show off our farm. I mean, I'm 75 years old, and then, you know, I grew up on the farm. I like to. It's like showing off your house, you know. You like to have a nice yard. You like people to come and look at it and enjoy themselves.
Foster Farms has been farmland since 1790 and was originally a dairy farm up until 2001.
Originally, it was a dairy farm. Growing up, my dad had probably like 40, 50 cows that he was milking, and then he also raised a few chickens, sold the eggs.
How did the Foster Farm become what it is today?
My brother and I took over the farm in 1985. We bought out my dad, and we were milking cows for a while, and then we just got, and South Windsor got very developed, and we were having a lot of trouble finding enough land for all the cows. Plus the economics were not real good for the cows, and our equipment was starting to get old, so we decided we would change stream, and we would go into spring greenhouse plants and fall corn maze, pumpkins, and mums.
Several schools stop by and spend the day for active, hands-on field day experiences.
We actually have a couple private schools that actually the whole grades 1 through 8 come spend a day here, do hay rides, you know, play with the events and stuff. It's a fun day for most of the kids. We do have a corn pit that the kids love, which is like a sandbox. It's just filled with corn instead of sand.
During October, Foster Farms will be open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So head on over to 90 Foster Street, South Windsor, Connecticut.
Yep, and we talked about a lot today. Yeah. We had a guest on from the Old Cider Mill in Glastonbury, which isn't far. It's only 25 minutes.
That is not far.
Mm-hmm.
She was very sweet.
Yes, and have you ever been?
I want to say yes, but like I would have to see.
Right.
Because
Are you near Glastonbury?
No, actually, I'm from
Okay.
Waterbury.
Okay,
Yeah.
the Glastonbury is only about 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes from campus, so it's really easy drive.
Yeah.
And they have everything. You know, they have the farm animals, which is so awesome. They have alpacas, which is so cool. And they have the apple fritters. Really, I was sitting with her, and I was talking about it, but they're huge, and everyone loves them. So, yeah.
You need to go check it out.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Hartford Buzz. I'm your host, Amanda Simmons.
And I'm your co-host, Jaslene Roure. I don't know, was I supposed to say that?
Yeah.
Oh, appearing.